He made over me when I was so little. He plays piano with his metronome. That was like the beat of my childhood, was that metronome. He'd say that he never played well, but I think he was a maestro. He loved that piano. He loved playing. And he'd play all kinds of cool things. I heard him playing some Metallica one day. I was walking by. When I got a little older, he was really, really encouraging. As I was growing up, when I wasn't able to come visit a lot, we would correspond. He taught me Hebrew script, and he taught me German script. We did things in codes. It was really cool. I still remember those secret codes. When I was 16, he bought me a sports car. It was about this big. It was yellow. I got it in the mail. I was so excited. But later on, he bought me this big van. It was huge. I was scared to drive it. Gosh, he was always there when I really needed him. He was such a kind and caring and helpful person. Useful is a word he would use a lot. he was just good to everybody. I could see that he's got friends, good with his friends. He had a huge presence on the internet, this virtual world, and he made big strides in the conservation for bears and education with his Byron, and he went to those Ren fairs. That was such a fun thing for him. I remember him coming to visit sometimes after one of those Ren fairs. He would come stay with me, and he would just be so happy and just so full of life, because he just carried that through everything. His vibrancy and his joy, he just carried that with everything. And when I needed him, he drove all the way across the state one time to come get me. At the drop of a hat, he was just there, and he brought me out here, and he left me alone. I really appreciated being left alone, but I guess maybe we didn't get to know each other as well as we should have, because we're both kind of like that, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone. But whenever I needed him, he was there. And I really appreciate his life and his contribution, the beautiful things that he taught me and the beautiful things that he shared with everybody. And I'm just so grateful for his life. And I'm so glad you guys came here to celebrate it. Anybody else want to talk?
That was very good.
Him and I stripped that whole piano and redid it while Mom was in the hospital.
Had to do something.
He was my stepdad, but he didn't like to be called step. If I called my father, he would get so mad. He'd say, "I'm your father." And he was the only daddy I ever knew. He was always there for me. He taught me to love nature and science and math and music. He was the reason I was able to go to college, because he put me on his VA bill. So I was able to go to college with his help.
And now you're a teacher. She's a teacher.
Almost 25 years now.
That's very cool.
Yeah, he leaves a big hole. He's going lot of people. I know a lot of people live there. Josh, come here. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him a lot. He really made a huge difference in my life. Come on, Josh. Yes, I am.
As many of you know, Bear probably never met a stranger. He was always there. You could always count on him. You know, whether you needed some help with something, or you just needed somebody to talk to, somebody, you know, some words of wisdom. That was, you know, one of those qualities that you could always count on. Like everybody said, he loves animals, he loves nature, and he loves helping people. He loves, oh yes, yes. He loves his electronics, his computers, his online world, and, you know, he made an impact on everybody that he knew. You know, I've never met a single person that had anything other than glowing words to say about it. You know, I've known him since I was a young boy, and he was there for me through some really rough times. You know, when I lost my father, and kind of, you know, really helped me through some stages of life. You know, when I was a teenager, and he will always be remembered. And we're just grateful to have known him. I'm Bill, aka Hawk. I used to come out here to the sweat lodges quite a bit. In fact, it was Adria here, and did they both introduce me to him. And then Bear and I hit it off, and next thing I know, I'm out here all the time. His influence on my life, I was at that time a very angry person, very just explosive. And he just had a way of calming you down. I don't know how he did it, but I know my grandmother on her deathbed, she had all of the grandkids lay next to her, and she talked to each of us. And she told me, this sweat lodge thing, I don't quite understand it, and I don't understand what's going on, but the change in you is remarkable. Whatever it is, you just keep doing it. And so I kept doing it until I moved to Arizona, and came back out here a couple times after I moved there. And I think one time when I moved back, that we kind of just got a little separated with life, I guess. It wasn't until here recently, unfortunate circumstances, we all get back together again. But he was a remarkable man. He's, I don't know, laughter. Laughing and laughing and laughing. And he loved to laugh. He loved to make people laugh. He always brought the good out of people. And I always appreciate everything he's taught me. Every day when I'm walking down the streets or driving the car or whatever, something will remind me of him. I'll see something or a thought will come to me or whatever. So he's always going to be alive in that through all of us. But thank you for your time.
Hey, I do the bride Sheila. We live that way about 200 yards. Yeah, I've been talking for about 20 years. About 10 years before I figured out what his name was. Black there, and I figured he was one of his But he's a perfect neighbor. Never asked to borrow anything. He left it up to him. Great man. He inspired me to get my ham license. Tuesday? You'll miss it.
Yes.
There's a lot of you guys that will
Yeah.
get them
Yeah, 15 years ago, first came out here and met there in person for the first time. Known him for about 20 years through online.
no words since the state.
Yeah, they do. I thought it was really funny when I first came out here. First thing that bear did was take me to a Renaissance fair at Great Bend, Kansas. And I got to experience the largest tornado I've ever been in.
That seems to happen a few times.
Yeah, it has. Another time I was out here helping Bear set up that windmill there. And I learned about windmill brakes that day because I tried to stop it with my wallet and launched my wallet almost to God's fence line. With Liver and one of his other dogs bounding through the trees after my wallet.
That was, yeah, it was.
I do like how much, I do miss how much latitude that, and forgiveness that Bear gave a lot of people. Especially after I ran over Liver with Black Bear's car.
Oh, that's terrible.
I was coming up the driveway here, my first summer here, in Black Bear's car after running some errands, and Liver came dashing out of the neighbor's bushes with no warning, and went right under the car.
That's in
Okay, but that was an expensive vet bill for me.
I sit here once
Several Renaissance fairs I went into, especially up in Colorado.
Yeah, you went to Lake City, Colorado.
Yep, Lake City, Colorado for Bear Day, which just happened this year, a few days ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of other people have already covered a lot of other things I was going to say here. So,
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
I've kind of got words here.
Yeah, okay.
Bear is the one that bought our tiny home before it was a tiny home. And he came out here, just bare land, bare ground. Okay, that's enough of bear. Black bear. Bare land, bare ground, and just made a life. Made a life. Made everybody in it and on it and around it happy. And was forgiving. And if you made him mad or upset him, in the sweat lodge he went and he sweated it all out. You never heard nothing about anything that anybody did to him or talked about him or anything. And he's got our old tiny homes before they were popular. And we're working on a water project. And I want his name to somehow be associated with it. I was hoping it would be before. Yeah, right. I was hoping
Really?
it would be before. But as I see here, he provided us a show today with water and lightning, especially about the dog situation. But I love him.
Oh, yeah.
I think the whole thing is still surreal in my head. It's supposed to be me that goes first in my head. But I see so many people around me that know so much more about him than I ever knew. Because growing up, we were separated pretty early on because I wanted to hang out with the older people. And he was like 3 or 4 or 5, and that wasn't working. And I was distant from him over that period of time and didn't get to know much about him. And in 1970, I was unaware that he was close to me, and the parents called because he needed somebody to sponsor him. He had set through a board. The guy amazed me when I told him.